put out polls. Some of them try to tell you that that's the most accurate number. But today on Republic TV, we have a poll that's proven to get the numbers right election after election. In the course of the next 2 hours, we will go through the numbers of the Republic-PMARQ survey from both Himachal Pradesh and Gujarat. And joining us on the broadcast will be my colleagues Abhishek Kapoor, Senior Executive Editor. He's reported in Gujarat. He's a very senior journalist based in Delhi, but has spent most of his time in Gujarat. And Dipti Sachdeva, with equal amount of experience over 2 decades as a journalist first, and is here in our studios as we go through these numbers. First up, Abhishek, let me get your expectations. You've covered this election campaign. Many would call it rather silent. Abhishek, would you call it silent in Gujarat? Hasn't seen as much controversy this time, has it?
No controversy, but not silent either, Niranjan. As it happens, BJP typically takes every election very seriously. So even before the election commission got into the picture and model code of conduct kicked in, we had Prime Minister visiting the state almost twice or sometimes thrice a month. And remember, like in the case of Gujarat, also in the case of Himachal, both states can claim to be home states of the Prime Minister in some ways, and he's in fact reflecting that in his stump speeches. Because A, of course, Gujarat is his home state, and B, Himachal, he was in charge of the state for a good part of the 1990s. And that really makes both the states sort of very personal battles for the Prime Minister. In that sense, I think it would be interesting to watch out how that factor is really playing up in the numbers that PMARQ brings in, Niranjan.
Well, I have to say the numbers are interesting. Dipti, quickly, what can our viewers expect in the course of the next 2 hours? You've been looking at these numbers. Dipti.
Yes, lot of action. I think, a lot of people, Niranjan and Abhishek, have been speaking particularly about the BJP, but don't forget the opposition, because this is a test of the Congress now. If the Congress fails these 2 elections, it does not better its performance, what chance does it have for 2024, Abhishek? Like the Prime Minister said, it's a done deal. And the Aam Aadmi Party, the X factor, the new entrant in Gujarat, can it anyways do anything, or is it just a bubble? Like we saw the Adampur by-polls, like they say, bahut hawa ban gayi hai, asliyat mein kya hoga? So I think that will be interesting to see, Niranjan. And as Arnab always says, Republic is the election news headquarters. So starting today till the 8th and building up to the big battle of 2024, Niranjan, we promise our viewers, we will keep them on top of everything that they need to know.
Absolutely. The next 30 days is going to be one big roller coaster ride. Animesh, the numbers are on your head, Animesh. It's your numbers. Why should viewers believe that your numbers are the most accurate to the ground reality? Okay, I think we just lost this video there. But just to tell you a little bit about the methodology, let me tell you a little bit about the methodology of the PMARQ survey and what they have done on the ground, and basis which the numbers are being put out. Now, the survey was conducted in all districts across the 2 states. And the methodology is random stratified sampling using predominantly 3 techniques: field surveys, CATI, IDIs with key people in districts and assembly constituencies. And they then use a probabilistic model to determine the number of seats a party is going to win from the estimated vote share. Now, the survey results have been adjusted in proportion to reflect the state district population across age groups, religion, gender, caste. And the questions in the survey were designed to reflect the current scenario electorally and politically, and to gauge the critical factors that may play a role in this election. A margin of error, about 3%. I don't know whether we have Animesh back with us live, but should we go straight to the numbers? Okay, Animesh, can you hear us now?
Yes, hi Niranjan, hi, how are you? And thank you.
Just before you slipped out.
Thank you for inviting me to the show.
No, I was saying that you slipped out right in time when we said that you have to take onus of these numbers. We were just saying the numbers are on your head and you switched off your Zoom link. Good timing there, but anyway.
Yeah, I think the pressure got the better of me.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the numbers and why viewers should believe that your poll is the closest to the ground reality.
So, Niranjan, I think we had a partnership in the last assembly elections as well, where 5 states went into polls, and right from January when we had the first poll and the elections eventually took place in March. all the 5 states we were spot on at the opinion poll itself, where we kind of gauge the mood and kind of give your viewers the sense of what the elections will be and what the outcome will be. So in the sense, our past track record kind of gives us some confidence on what the result will be. And that's why we have done an in-depth ground research, and we have done, through various methods, which we have used successfully, and we have tried to come out with the outcome.
Okay, I'm Dipti, I'm handing it over to you. I think Republic Bharat, which is the only competing channel with us today, has put out the numbers. Dipti, you want to put the numbers out? Let's put the numbers out while you introduce our panelists this evening.
Yes. Yes, as we do that, I think it's important to open this up because everyone will have a perspective, everyone will have a voice. Everyone wants to know the numbers. Let's actually say good evening to our panel of guests. Zafar Islam is national spokesperson of the BJP. We'll have to find out from Zafar if he really believes who's his enemy number one. You know, is it the Congress or the AAP? We do not know. Sandeep Ghosh is an author and a political commentator. Animesh Pandey is the founder of PMARQ. He continues to be with us. And Pankaj Sharma is also a senior journalist and a former media advisor to the Chief Minister Kamal Nath. And he's also joining us on the broadcast, Niranjan, from Delhi. But I think more than anything else, when it comes to elections, it's all about, going down to ground zero and picking up what the people have to say. And I still remember, and Abhishek will second that, when it was, last Gujarat elections, Niranjan, of 2017, things were different until Prime Minister came on that seaplane into the Sabarmati River. How things changed, So you were just mentioning about the fact that it's silent, you're not seeing too much of controversy. So you might have just spoken too early because the action is yet to begin. Niranjan.
Well, should we put the Gujarat numbers out first? I see the Himachal numbers. Okay, why don't you take the Himachal numbers out? Why don't you take the Himachal numbers first up? Abhishek, you want to put the Himachal numbers out? Go ahead.
Yes, I think we're looking at those numbers. Yes, on the bottom of our screens, we are looking at Himachal. Now, Himachal, remember, is polling on the 12th. It's polling on the 12th. Yeah. We are just hours away from that big poll. And Himachal, Abhishek and Niranjan, is not a state that, actually garners a lot of attention. There is not too much of discourse about Himachal because people don't talk much about that state. But that state, I've been there in the last election. I do not know what will happen this time around, but people know very, very clearly what issues they are going to be voting on. The Prime Minister has been in Himachal earlier today. He is addressed back-to-back to rallies. On the bottom of your screens, according to the Republic-PMARQ opinion poll, you're looking at the numbers. 68 seats in the Hill state. It has an upper range and a lower range, like they say, Pahadi or Maidani Ilaka. That's how they actually, Abhishek, break that entire region.
And apples and oranges as well.
Yes, a lot of apples. So, a lot of apple cultivators have issues this time. So, I think that will figure, and Animesh will take that story ahead. BJP 37 to 45, Niranjan, that's the range given out. Congress 22 to 28.
Majority. That's a clear majority, yeah.
And the Aam Aadmi Party, who many said kick-started, their campaign until Satyendra Jain was arrested, put behind bars. We do not know whether that has made a calculated retreat, Abhishek. So is this just about the BJP versus the Congress, Abhishek?
I think the Aam Aadmi Party has done an avol, which is like the entire focus shifting to Gujarat. So, just an example. Bhagwant Singh Mann happens to be Punjab Chief Minister, neighborhood state Himachal. He has been there only once. He has flown down to Gujarat 4 times. Last 5 days, at the peak of Himachal campaign, Arvind Kejriwal is actually campaigning in Gujarat. He has been carrying out road shows and rallies in much of Saurashtra and Kutch. So essentially that really gives you an idea of the focus the Aam Aadmi Party has over Gujarat, willing to sacrifice Himachal, and that's getting reflected in the numbers. Obviously then it becomes a straight fight, as it has always been, between the Congress and the BJP. Apart from the upper hills and the lower hills, Deepti, the apples and the oranges, the old and the new. Another difference this time in the elections is that the two stalwarts of the respective parties, Prem Kumar Dhumul, because obviously age and not being given ticket, and Veerbhadra Singh, because he is no more. Those stalwarts are missing. So the difference between, again, so many differences in Himachal, the difference between green cap and the maroon cap, all those things missing this time.
Yes, so, Niranjan, there is this vote percentage prediction. I think it's important to take that, and then we'll open it up with our entire panel of guests, Niranjan.
Yeah.
The BJP, according to the Republic-PMARQ opinion poll, is expected to take a vote percentage of 45.2% with a seat prediction of 37 to 45. So will we see the state bucking the trend? Since the year 1985, if I'm not wrong, you haven't seen the state of Himachal repeating a government. Rivaaz badalna hai, Abhishek and Niranjan, is something again and again that every BJP neta says on ground zero. Congress, with a vote percentage of 40.1%, is expected to take anywhere close to 22 to 28 seats. The Aam Aadmi Party here, though I do not know whether that is a serious contender or not, whether there is a buzz on the ground or not, it's just got to be a vote. Katuba, does it, actually help any party or not? According to this survey, 5.2% is going to be its vote percentage, with close to just about one seat on. Perhaps they won't be able to pick up.
Go by these numbers, Deepti. Aam Aadmi Party perhaps is doing an Uttarakhand on the Congress Party. So, like it happened in the case of Uttarakhand, again, a state which alternates between the parties at the hustings between Congress and the BJP. This time, BJP came back to power. And in fact, the BJP top brass is making Uttarakhand as an example in Himachal this campaign. Typically, about 6% votes were taken by the Aam Aadmi Party in the Uttarakhand election, and that really put paid to Congress Party's ambitions of coming back to power following that alternate mechanism. Similarly, this time it seems exactly the 5% vote share that the Congress is missing vis-a-vis the BJP is something that's going to be going with the Aam Aadmi Party. For more, perhaps Animesh can join in as to, because they followed the questionnaire on the ground, if that is also the feedback coming from the ground, Animesh.
So that's true, Abhishek, that's true. So let me set the broad context first. Himachal Pradesh in 2019, BJP had the highest vote share in North India. Higher than Gujarat, higher than Uttar Pradesh. It had a whopping 69% vote share in 2019. So just on the basis of that, probably 2022 election should be a foregone conclusion. But that is not. As Deepti mentioned, Himachal Pradesh has a track record of changing governments. The constituency size are quite small, with about 55,000 voters per constituency. And with the track record of changing governments, Congress has a fighting chance to win this election. But at the same time, as the numbers show, BJP is well ahead. So from 69% in 2019, it is falling to about 45% vote share in our polls as of now. But it is still, well placed to win the election. Now, a couple of key factors that are shaping up this particular election.
Because Abhishek drew that parallel of Uttarakhand and Himachal. There is a lot of difference if you look at the two states. Himachal is a state that does very well in the HDI indexes, the Human Development Index. The literacy there is pretty high. The voter there is very, very aware. The government jobs continue to be a major chunk of what people are engaged in. Out of the 55 lakh population here, the voter base, about 2.5 lakh, I think, Abhishek, is, the number that is in the government jobs.
Yeah.
And
that's a big issue.
This entire thing about the old pension scheme, the new pension scheme, Animesh, what really is something that you got a sense of before we take this to Zafar, to Sandeep, and to Pankaj also? Why don't you tell me what are the kind of questions that you actually did ask the voter? And do they believe that this is a government that has done enough when it comes to issues like the old pension scheme? Employment generation is very, very important. Though we've seen the one rank, one pension also rolled out by the government. What is working, what is not working? Animesh.
So just one small difference between Uttarakhand and Himachal, in terms of constituency size. So Uttarakhand is about 1.2 lakhs, 50,000 is what the average constituency voter size in Himachal. So in terms of personal connect, Himachal is much more so MLA candidate becomes much more important in Himachal versus Uttarakhand. Now coming to the second factor, old pension scheme, because they're the only Congress government in India, which is Rajasthan, they've implemented the old pension scheme. So there is some resonance. As you rightly mentioned, there are about 2.5 lakh government employees in Himachal, and that scheme is finding resonance, and therefore whatever vote share that that Congress is getting, despite the lack of presence of leadership like Rahul Gandhi, who has not held probably a single rally in Himachal, but because of these local issues, local factors, and certain issues like old pension, Congress is able to get a steady, significant vote share where it is able to compete against BJP. But in terms of work done, whether it's the ration scheme, whether it's in terms of roads,
Okay.
etc. These areas, the people are fairly happy with what the government has done, especially the central government. And the Modi factor, as I mentioned, 69% vote share in 2019, that continues to have a strong effect in this election as well.
Yeah, let's get in Pankaj as well. Let's get in Pankaj and Zafar. Zafar, see, there's a 4% fall in the vote share of the BJP now. Going by these numbers, even if you buck the trend, you're still losing 4% of your vote share in Himachal Pradesh. In the last election, 49.2%, projected at 45.2% this time around. And should the Congress actually be happy that Rahul Gandhi didn't go to Himachal Pradesh because he's doing Bharat Jodo Yatra? But imagine if Rahul Gandhi had gone to Himachal Pradesh. I don't know whether things would have been different. Should you be actually thanking Rahul Gandhi for not going to Himachal
That's an
Pradesh?
interesting point you made, Niranjan. Sorry for butting in, but this Bharat Jodo Yatra, which started from Kanyakumari, goes to Kashmir, exactly misses two states, Gujarat and Himachal, incidentally going to polls. I don't know who designed this route map for the Congress party.
Maybe that's why they're getting 40%, but let me get Zafar and Pankaj.
Well, let me respond to that question. As far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, I do not disrespect to any of the opinion polls and whatever numbers you are indicating in terms of the vote percentage. But as far as BJP is concerned, we get feedback from our ground workers, Panna Pramukh, and the Karyakartas. And based on our feedback, internal feedback, we are likely to exceed 50% mark vote share. And if once we exceed our 50% marks, and the slogan which we have is "Rivaj Badalna Hai," that will definitely give us at least 45 seats. But we may exceed, go beyond 50 as well. So in terms of seats, we are.
But Zafar, I have to ask you this. Before we go to Pankaj. Why don't you tell me something? Is the Prime Minister doing all the heavy lifting? Because there is a lot of internal, rebellion. There's a lot of dissent that you're dealing with. JP Nadda had to be in, the state for so long. He's just come back to Delhi, I think, about yesterday in the last few hours. Isn't that an issue that actually bothers you? Because in a small state like this, the winning margin is very, very crucial.
Well, these are all speculations, and that too only in media. As far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, we are one unit working
in double
under the
digits. The rebellion there is in double digits.
Zafar, BJP suspending 6 senior leaders, including 2 vice presidents, is not speculation, Zafar. Your party suspended them.
See, if anybody does anti-party activity, of course, party will suspend them. But whatever the people who are doing
there is a problem.
They're out of the system. But those who are within the party, they are one unit working under the leadership of Honorable Party President Nadda ji. And of course, as far as when you speak about the Honorable Prime Minister, he is our supreme leader. He is our brand ambassador for Bharatiya Janata Party. And he is the one who has been admired by the maximum number of people in the country. Obviously, a party which has resources of like him will definitely use him to the best possible way, and that is what Bharatiya Janata Party is doing, because he attracts vote, he attracts people's attention, he attracts eyeball, he attracts footfall, he attracts everything, and that is something which works for the party, and that is why we use the Honorable Prime Minister to the extent possible.
And that is why, Zafar, that is why I think Abhishek and Niranjan, the BJP has wanted to make this election all about Modi. You wanted to make this election all about Modi. The Congress instead has gone local and hyper-local. I think that is how the narrative is changing. We still do not know how the voters are going to be voting. But Pankaj, tell me something. Rahul Gandhi has not gone to the state of Himachal yet. But Priyanka has been there. She's been in charge of campaigning. She's been calling all shots. If after Uttar Pradesh you lose the state of Himachal, is this the failure of Priyanka Gandhi?
Yeah, absolutely.
Congress President Kharge ji is also campaigning in Himachal Pradesh. It won't be anybody's failure, first of all. The opinion poll
is he a vote catcher, by the way?
Practically projecting a repeat of last election results. But this time, your opinion poll agency, I'm afraid, will prove wrong in a huge way. Because we must realize that from 1957 till today, in 65 years, for 48 years, there were Congress governments in Himachal. So it has deep roots there. And in last 5 years of BJP rule, the state has disappointed everyone, practically everyone, apart from the issues of massive unemployment and price rise. Vast majority of the apple farmers are unhappy. Youth is disheartened because of this Agnipath scheme. Rural population feeling, miserable because only half of the 18,000 villages are connected with proper roads. Government employees, feeling dejected on the issue of pension. These local questions, as you have rightly mentioned, these have become very pertinent this time. So results have to
But Pankaj, in case you end up winning the state of Himachal, you will say this is Priyanka's victory. So you should be ready to tell us that she's been your star campaigner. In case you end up losing the state, it has to be her failure.
Also, Animesh can in fact come in there. Pankaj, before you respond, just adding to, taking it forward so that, you get ample space to respond, enough material to respond to. Animesh, in these questions that you have asked your questionnaire, it says that the old pension scheme which has been promised by the Congress party, it has tremendous amount of traction getting in from the population, 69% wanting it. So you think that could be a swaying factor in favor of the Congress party? Pankaj, I am helping you there, but let Animesh respond to it first.
So Abhishek, whatever swing that has happened, Congress, the 40% vote share that it is getting, it is because of, one of the major reasons is because of this. Otherwise, the vote share would have been significantly lower. So because of old pension scheme and because people are looking at Congress as an alternative, even though it has been losing elections repeatedly over the past several years, because of this scheme and because there is certain belief that if Congress comes to power, this scheme could be implemented, there is certain traction that Congress is getting and that is reflecting in our numbers. But at the same time, BJP has also said that they would relook into this and they will form a committee and relook into this. So that is kind of stemming the tide that probably Congress would have got. And just this one issue can't, swing Congress to victory. There are multiple other factors that need to take place for Congress to achieve victory in this election.
If just a small observation, you look at the numbers here, and I'll begin, Sandeep. Some of the questions that were asked in this survey, and I'm looking at the responses and I'm looking at a trend here. You see here, there is a question asked on the performance of the state government, right? Excellent is just 12%, good is 35%, average is 39%. So the average outweighing everything else. But you asked them about the performance of the centre because Deepti spoke about Prime Minister Modi being there, the heavy lifting, right? Look at the response to the performance of the centre, the central government schemes and the Prime Minister. Excellent, 26%, good, 34%. So that's a big swing there. The mood is more towards the centre, and I think this, it's not wrong to say it is a Modi campaign. It is mostly a Modi campaign than a state-led campaign. It is a Modi campaign. You can't deny that, Zafar. And I'm coming to the third one of the questions, key questions asked here on one issue that was raised. A question was asked on the Uniform Civil Code. Let's put the question out. Will government's promise on Uniform Civil Code help the BJP in the elections? Interesting results. 42% of the respondents say yes, it will help. 25% say no. Just 33% say can't say. You see, you're having to, Zafar, I was trying to say that you're having to pull out these issues looking at how close this actually could play out on the ground.
Well, these are part of the mandate we had from the people. So if you just see our manifesto, something which has already been mentioned is being implemented. It is nothing new. It is something which has been already captured in our last manifesto. This has been, if you talk about BJP's manifesto, one of the prominent things which appears in the manifesto is the UCC. And we are just telling them that we will implement it, and something which is not only only in Himachal Pradesh, but it is being implemented in other states as well.
But you haven't done that yet, right, Zafar? You haven't done that yet. It was there in the last manifesto. It's there in this manifesto. You talk about it just before elections. Sandeep, isn't that true?
No, let me just complete.
Okay, complete your point. I'll go to Sandeep.
If you really do a back testing of Bharatiya Janata Party's performance in terms of what we have promised in our manifesto or what we have delivered, you will find that it is the only party which promises what they promises, they deliver it. In fact, you people must have been surprised between 2019 until now, whatever we had promised in our manifesto, which has already been implemented. So The people have confidence in Bharatiya Janata Party.
No, but Zafar, we are forgetting what happened last year in the by-polls. You're forgetting what happened in the last year's by-polls. And Sandeep will come in here. But Sandeep, with your permission, I just want to ask Zafar one last question before I come to Sandeep. Isn't this your attempt at Hindu consolidation? The state has a very little minority population, but still you're forced to use this card because you do realize that you're in a fix. Whether it's the old pension scheme, whether it's the issue of the apple orchards, whether that is the issue of employment and your internal fight and internal dissent.
Not at all. In fact, it's a double-engine sarkar, and people of Himachal Pradesh have seen wherever there is a double-engine sarkar, they are the biggest beneficiary in terms of what we have delivered. You just see the road which has been built, the free welfare scheme which had to be delivered to the people have been delivered. So everything people know.
Why did you lose the by-polls last year, Zafar? The good thing is that you course-corrected. But tell me something, why did you lose those by-polls? In a place like Mandi, Sandeep, in election that they won, I think, with a 4 lakh plus margin.
Again, I will tell you that historically, if you see.
Why did you lose that, Zafar?
Let me tell you, historically, if you just see
Chief Minister's home district
performance of the by-poll election, perhaps BJP often not perform the way they perform in the normal election, state election or general election. So by-poll is something where you cannot judge our performance, because historically it has been seen that by-poll is something where we have not 100% result.
And the next day, you reduce the petrol prices. The next day, after those by-poll results, you actually reduce the petrol prices. Sandeep, why don't you come in here, as an independent observer of the kind of polity that is right now playing out in the state of Himachal, Sandeep, which side has the edge?
See, Dipti, you've raised some very, very vital questions. Now, first of all, I'll say, with due respect to Animesh, about the whole opinion poll, one thing we must remember, Himachal is a very small state in terms of numbers. If I am not mistaken, the total number of voters are around 65 to 70 lakhs. And therefore, on an average, most of the constituencies have 1 lakh voters. Okay, less than 1 lakh voters. So therefore, the margins can be very, very narrow in most of these cases. I don't know whether they have done a constituency-wise kind of projection. So that's a very, a thing which can swing a lot. Just like when you were mentioning Gujarat, last time also Gujarat, there were very, very, BJP scraped through, but many seats, it was with a very thin number. Now, the main questions here, there is no denying that BJP has got strong anti-incumbency issues, as well as, issues of infighting, as you mentioned. So they have got a lot loaded against them, which they will have to overcome. Now, one of the, armors in their arsenal is always this Modi card, Modi magic, and the double-engine sarkar. But if you see the track record, double-engine sarkar spiel has worked only when there has been delivery on the ground by the local governments. UP, it worked well because Yogi government worked in tandem with the center and delivered. Even Himachal, when you were mentioning, Himachal also had these anti-incumbency and infighting issues. But Himachal center had delivered a lot of development in terms of, the connectivity to the Char Dhams and the roads and various other things. Now, in Himachal, unfortunately, those visible results are not there. And historically, in Himachal, as you say, having been the summer capital and then the state capital, people have been essentially being spoiled by these government jobs or jobs in the army and other things. That is what has been their main sustenance. There has been very little other alternative sources of employment generated. So therefore, as you said, the old pension scheme, even our Grand Agnivir and other things, they do resonate with people. Ultimately, therefore, things will, from what is my understanding, will come down to the local level candidates issue, how they operate. And here, I don't think Congress is at a disadvantage because of the absence of Veerbhadra Singh or anybody, because BJP also doesn't have any strong state leadership just now. And the few people who are contenders of Congress are not really washed out. They're pretty acceptable being local faces. And whether you like it or not, I think this move of keeping Priyanka there has been a smart move. Priyanka will probably score there better than what a Rahul would have done in her place.
Yeah, just a bit of breaking news that's coming in.
And if she loses, that's
you really
the point
think feeding Priyanka is a smart move given the performance that she has delivered in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand?
See, there's a difference between those states. You see, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and Himachal, I think she might resonate because of the reasons which I said. There is some degree of whether you call it the glamour quotient or the royalty quotient, so quote unquote, all those things do. But I'm not saying she's going to make a huge difference, but she's at least lending a face out there for the campaign for Congress. Of course, Mr. Khadge is there, as was pointed out by a Congress spokesperson, but he is there only if they fail, so that the blame doesn't go to Priyanka Gandhi, then they can blame it on Khadge. Khadge will say it was my problem, I led the campaign, so you lost. Priyanka Gandhi will be spared. But of course, if they manage to win or come close, this will be a huge kind of, brownie point for Priyanka within the Congress system.
Yeah, there's still a 2% fall in the vote share for the
before
Congress
we go
party.
back to Pankaj, Niranjan, the issue of women voters is also important here. A state that has a good amount of women voters. Animesh, I was just reading through this next question that you've asked a lot of respondents, which is the biggest issue in the upcoming elections? They talk about the bad performance of the government, 19%. Unemployment is 35%. Law and order, 7%. Development of the state is 18%. Other issue is 20%. So, Animesh, tell me something. What about issues like unemployment and price rise? If you just look at this,
let's put that question out on the screen.
To win the Hill state, it will prove that these are real issues. But in case the BJP is able to buck the trend, Animesh, do these become non-issues electorally? And what about the women? How many women also have you spoken to as a part of this survey?
So, Deepti, the survey sample is a 50-50 mix of male and female voters. And in terms of female voters, that is correct. So the point that was mentioned, that Priyanka Gandhi campaigning in this state. So Priyanka Gandhi, which is a central Congress leadership, and along with Pratibha Singh, which is the state Congress leadership, that in some sense is trying to mitigate the women voter vote bank that goes to Prime Minister Modi, which we have seen nationally, which we have seen in UP and every other state. So that is critical. The women vote bank, which over the past 3-4 years has been backing BJP vociferously, there is some swing which is happening towards Congress this time because of two women faces, both Priyanka Gandhi, who is campaigning, and Pratibha Singh.
Okay, Abhishek, can we move on to the numbers from Gujarat now?
I think that's why BJP in fact sensed it, and that's why they have a women's manifesto as well, part of their larger manifesto, which was released by the party president, a special focus on the women constituency.
And Congress has announced 1,500 rupees, Niranjan, much like the Aam Aadmi Party, part of the Revadi politics that we call in the country. To all women, I think aged 18 and above, 1,500 rupees. So is that going to be the game changer, Animesh? Is that a question that, you actually did come across? Did people speak about this?
So that has been asked, and Revadi culture, as mentioned, that is not making a significant impact, at least in terms of preference for a party. The old pension scheme, that is definitely a big factor, but 1,500 and the reduction of gas prices that has been promised by Congress, that has not been a major factor in this election.
There's a bit of breaking news coming in from Maharashtra and Gujarat. Maharashtra, because Rahul Gandhi is in Maharashtra and he said something about Gujarat. So on that breaking news, bringing that breaking news update in, I'm going across and putting out the numbers from Gujarat. A lot of viewers asking what are the numbers from Gujarat looking like if the elections were to be held today. Let's put those numbers out on screen. That's the number. Looks like it's going to be a rather convenient win for the BJP. Abhishek, would like to get your views on this one. First, BJP expected to win anywhere between 127 to 140 seats in the Gujarat Assembly elections, 180 seats in all. And let's tell you the other numbers as they are looking this evening. The Congress party projected to just about cobble up a meager 24 to 36 seats. The numbers are on your screen. The Aam Aadmi Party, with all the campaigning and all the firepower they've been been able to cobble up, rushing Bhagwant Mann and all the leaders they have left to Gujarat, only managing anywhere between 9 to 21. And that's about it. That's the story. The Congress party is going to be wiped out once again in Gujarat. And the breaking news that I wanted to bring in from Gujarat is that Rahul Gandhi, who's by the way right now in Maharashtra and Nanded, has said all projects from Maharashtra are going to Gujarat. Elections are in Gujarat. People of Gujarat are snatching the employment from the people of Maharashtra. Can you imagine that? Thank God the Congress party must be saying, thank God Congress, Rahul Gandhi is not passing through the state of Gujarat. He has just said Gujarat is snatching employment from the people of Maharashtra. Can you imagine the statement being made in Gujarat? Abhishek.
Niranjan, that's what I was mentioning, that Bharat Jodo Yatra completely skips Gujarat and Himachal. And Mr. Gandhi perhaps in some kind of ennui thought that, oh, is it Maharashtra going to polls and not Gujarat? I mean, that only can explain this kind of comment when you are heading into an election cycle and the campaign is peaking, Niranjan. And so far as Gujarat numbers go, more than the seats, the story again is in the percentages, Niranjan, essentially Aam Aadmi Party is scavenging on the Congress party vote share and hence giving this victory to the BJP. Now this 127 figure, which is the lowest that Animesh is giving to the party, is the highest tally the BJP has got, I think, in 1998.
Let's put the vote share at the bottom of the screen. Vote share at the bottom. Go ahead.
No, in fact, this was 127 was the highest the BJP got in 2002 and 140 is on the higher side. BJP internally, of course, believes that this swing of Congress party vote towards the Aam Aadmi Party and hence the fracture in the opposition is going to give them more seats. So I, for example, typically exactly same thing played out in the Gandhinagar Municipal Corporation, where the Congress party generally would, the Gandhinagar Municipal Corporation would swing between BJP and the Congress party with edge-to-edge numbers in terms of percentages. And with the entry of the Aam Aadmi Party, Congress party went by half and BJP came back again instead of alternating between the two parties. So I think that's clearly happening in the case of Gujarat with the Aam Aadmi Party scavenging on the Congress vote share, Niranjan.
Quickly, what did you find in Gujarat? And then let's open up and get all our panelists in on the numbers. Animesh.
Yes, the big theme, Niranjan, in Gujarat has been that Congress has kind of left the state. So whatever effort was put in 2017 by Rahul Gandhi, by state leadership, by Ashok Gehlot, they're just kind of banking on that, and whatever vote share, that residual vote share could be left, that is the only thing. Whereas AAP has taken the fight to the streets. They have been campaigning aggressively, and from virtually no presence in 6 months ago, they have gobbled up 20% vote share. If you combine the Congress plus AAP vote share, that is much significantly greater than BJP by 3 to 4%. So BJP, even though the vote share is dropping compared to 2017 elections, but they're still, having the biggest victory that they had over the past 20-25 years.
That's a big one. Let me get in Prashant Garavi. Prashant Garavi, good evening. Can you hear me? What do you think is working?
Am I audible?
Yes. Can I get your reaction to these numbers? Congress party almost finished in another state now. Himachal, they had a chance. Aam Aadmi Party, even without a campaign, has snatched that critical 5% of a vote share according to the opinion polls. Gujarat is even worse. Aam Aadmi Party is literally eating into half of your vote share, the Congress vote share.
Yeah, absolutely. From the day one, where we were seeing the Aam Aadmi Party getting penetrated into the Gujarat, and the first experience of Gandhinagar Municipal Corporation, as rightly said by another panelist, Aam Aadmi Party is, doing a very hype and very, they are doing a lot of good penetrations, but not getting a good success in terms of a seat numbers. But yes, his campaign is getting into the mind of the people, mind of the citizens for a bijli, for electricity, for health kind of issues, and people are getting attracted and doing some voting. So that vote percentage of Aam Aadmi Party is basically, they are getting this vote percentage into 70-30 numbers. I used to speak down everywhere that whatever percentage Aam Aadmi Party is getting, it will be a division of 70-30. 70% of vote shares from Congress and 30% vote from BJP, and that's why this 30% of BJP will not be into that much loss, and it will be benefited into the loss of 70% Congress seats. And that's why you rightly mentioned that first time BJP will get the highest number of the seats after 2002 and even after 95. What BJP's target is, they just wanted to break the record of Mr. Madhavsinh Solanki, who is an ex-chief minister from Congress, who has got the 149 seats out of 182. And that's why every time, my dear Amit Shah or even Pradhan Mantri, Prime Minister always speaks that 150 plus. BJP is going to get 150 plus this time. So this is basically a target they have settled down, that they want to anyhow break down the record of Madhavsinh Solanki. And that's why Aam Aadmi Party, I don't know, but and in Gujarat there is a clear-cut signal whether the Aam Aadmi Party is a B team of BJP or what, because every time they are getting the vote shares, every time they are not getting seats but getting the vote shares and damaging the Congress votes, and indirectly it is getting benefited to BJP.
Prashant,
So
there's a big breaking news update. I'm just coming across Zafar. Big breaking news update. Abhishek has a big breaking news story. In fact, Republic TV getting you the political scoop from Gujarat. Abhishek, you want to break that? What are you hearing? Abhishek, big one. Big one.
Well, exactly, Niranjan. So we had Nitin Patel announcing it a while back on our platform, in fact, Republic Bharat. Then we had Vijay Rupani coming out, releasing a letter saying, former Chief Minister saying that he is not contesting, and now Bhupendra Chudasama, he is a veteran minister, was a minister from Keshubhai Patel onwards till the last of the Modi government. In fact, in the Vijay Rupani government also. And he was sitting MLA from Dholka. He has also announced that he is not going to contest. So I think what we are seeing is a very sort of a voluntary self-denial amounting to a purge happening, where the senior leadership is making way for the next generation. Like we saw in the case of change of government when Vijay Rupani passed on the baton to Bhupendra Patel, the entire cabinet was changed, and hence I think the anti-incumbency factor taken care of in Gujarat. Similarly, now we are seeing that these seniors would not even contest the election.
Have they been asked to, Abhishek?
Thus giving the BJP and the state and the Central Election Committee is meeting, giving them the freedom to really shape the next generation and to accommodate.
No, remember, are they being
since
asked
the last
to?
election, as many as 17 sitting Congress MLAs have joined the party, and maybe another 20 others who are probable MLA candidates. The BJP gets that much freedom, the Central Election Committee that is meeting in Delhi, to play with numbers, play with names, and get everyone accommodated.
Abhishek, are they being asked to, because the meeting was held earlier?
Apart from the Prime Minister, who's that one leader today, Niranjan, in the state of Gujarat that the BJP can bank on? The point is, there is a crisis. There is a real crisis. Like I said, much in Uttarakhand we'd seen earlier. Then in Himachal, the Prime Minister's left to do all the heavy lifting. What about these second-rung leaders? What about them? Last time around it was a Hardik Patel, Alpesh Thakur, Jignesh Memani, and that worked for the Congress. This time, because you do not see them there, Zafar, before I come to you, I think we have Dr. Piyush Joshi with us, who's also a political analyst. He leans towards the AAP. I want to go to him. Dr. Joshi, good evening, sir. Welcome into the discussion. Tell me something. This is a question that I've wanted to ask the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress for some time now. Did you people have a deal? The Aam Aadmi Party makes a tactical retreat from Himachal. You go all out in Gujarat. What's going on? What's going on, sir?
Well, that's for the BJP and Congress to figure out. That's their problem, not the Aam Aadmi Party's problem. They can always keep on deciding whose B team we are.
What are you doing in Himachal?
Actually, look, Himachal, the campaign is still very much alive. We are trying to put our footprints there. We are a new party again there. We are contesting for the first time in many of these states. Let us establish our footprints there. Let us establish our organization there. Once we establish our organization, we will be a force to reckon with. At least the people will know that this is a force. In
Gujarat, tell me something. Who will the rise of the Aam Aadmi Party hurt more? Is it going to be the Congress or the BJP? Why were you forced to talk about the images of Goddess Lakshmi and Lord Ganesh on the currency notes? Arvind Kejriwal speaks of Ayodhya in Gujarat. What is his ideology?
I have been to Gujarat. Few of my very close associates have been to Gujarat, are still in Gujarat. What do we keep on hearing when we talk to people that who are we damaging or why will you vote for Aam Aadmi Party? They mention the welfare schemes of the Aam Aadmi Party. They do not mention that because we are angry from the BJP or because we are angry from the Congress, we are going to vote for Aam Aadmi Party. They basically are voting for Aam Aadmi Party because of the welfare schemes that the Aam Aadmi Party brings to table. Now, had the BJP done so in the past 27 years, I think the welfare schemes would not be kicking or would not be playing such an important factor in Gujarat. As far as Congress is concerned, Congress
no, are you just going to be a vote katua? Because again and again, Zafar, though neither the Congress nor the BJP accepts this, the point is that what does the Aam Aadmi Party do? Does it act like a vote katua and spoil the Congress's chance in Gujarat? Is that the larger game plan? Piyush Joshi first, then we'll get in Zafar.
Look, I don't think the Aam Aadmi Party banks on anyone else's vote. Aam Aadmi Party tries to generate its own vote share, tries to communicate its own plan, and that's how the democracy works. If the people are angry with Congress, if the Congress's MLAs are switching to BJP, I don't think that's Aam Aadmi Party's fault. Now, let me tell you, now the recent statement of Rahul Gandhi ji, you have just mentioned on your program, you have just broken the news. Now, is it Aam Aadmi Party's fault that Mr. Rahul Gandhi makes such a statement in Maharashtra? No, come on, now your house is falling in disarray and you cannot blame Aam Aadmi Party for it. Aam Aadmi Party goes with a clear-cut plan. Aam Aadmi Party is a pro-welfare party. It works for the last man in the queue, and that's what the Aam Aadmi Party it is. You can call.
Yeah, that is why you forget your citizens in Delhi when they are choking. That is why you forget your citizens in Delhi when you're choking.
Nobody.
That is why in the state of Punjab, you tell us abhi to 6 mahina hi mila hai.
Next year you will see, we'll have this discussion
Liquor
again.
gate, you do not have Arvind Kejriwal who has any answers. Manish Sisodia is embroiled in such a big controversy. And all that you say is that this is a ploy to defame us.
Look, I'm particularly not an Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, so I will just mention it's just a part of narrative. You know, I know, everyone else knows. It's a part of narrative which is being built up, and even Manish Sisodia ji and Satyendra Jain ji are going to be out of. Satyendra Jain ji is going to be out of prison in no time. Once the elections are over, he is going to get bail. This case has been going on since 2015.
Okay. Manish Sisodia. So we should ask Zafar, Abhishek and Niranjan, who for them is the bigger enemy? Is it the Congress, Zafar, or the Aam Aadmi Party? Who's a bigger threat for you?
Poor audio. Zafar, you're muted. Zafar, I think you're muted.
No, I'm not muted.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Zafar, we can't hear you.
So,
yeah, now we can. Go ahead.
Now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
So, I'm in Gujarat for last 15 days. Let me tell you very honestly. There is a. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So there is absolutely no traction as Congress or, for that matter, AAP is concerned. AAP has absolutely no connect with the people. They are trying to mislead the people. People are not paying attention to whatever promises they are making because it's all hollow promises. They have experienced what they have done in Punjab and Delhi. They know that they are tall in making promises, but they do not deliver it. So people are very sincere and sensitive about it, and that's why they are getting no traction. I don't know how you have projected them that they will even open their record. As far as Congress is concerned, a little bit of traction there, but as somebody was telling you on this program itself, that we have been targeting 150 plus, and we are absolutely confident not only will break our previous record of 127, but we will also all-time highest seats which Congress had received at one point in time of 149. We will break that record because we are confident, even though you have projected 127 to 140, but you'll see the end result will be 150 plus, and Congress will be somewhere between 20 and 25 seats. They will not go beyond 25. That is what our assumption, and AAP will not even open their record in the state of Gujarat.
See, one thing that the Aam Aadmi Party will have to learn.
150 plus is what Zafar says. Abhishek and Niranjan.
Yeah. No, I just want to
open the account.
No.
AAP won't open the account.
No.
So he has indirectly answered which is the bigger threat. He has indirectly answered which is the bigger threat.
Can get polled more than 50,000 votes, and you cannot win an election if you are not.
Zafar, I think you underestimated them even in the the civic body elections.
No, I'm not underestimating. I'm just narrating the truth. Whatever the feedback which we are getting from the ground.
Okay.
You need to have a candidate who can win, who can at least get 70, 80,000 votes or a lakh vote. There is absolutely no candidate, barring few candidates, who can perhaps get 25 to 40,000 votes. But there is absolutely no candidate who can get more than 50,000 votes.
Yeah,
If you don't get 50,000
But
votes,
Zafar,
then
tell
you
me
can
something. What about the Morbi tragedy? That's the question right now playing out on
I
our
was about
screens.
to
I
ask
want
that
to ask
question.
you
Go ahead.
one thing. Is that going to be an issue that is going to be affecting your voter? You know, the Prime Minister reached out. The Prime Minister had a healing touch. But still, you know, till today, the gentleman who owns the company or whatever has not been put behind bars. Zafar, that is your government. That's your municipality.
I understand.
What have you done?
I understand. I'm sure you are aware of that the investigation is underway. Let the investigation be over. Whoever is responsible, that promise has been already made.
What investigation, Zafar? What investigation do you need to actually book him?
No, but
You think the voters will not remember this when they go to vote?
No, but no. I'm sure that your own survey suggests that only 3% people are saying that it is relevant because they know the Bharatiya Janata Party government whatever they promised.
That is the arrogance, no, Zafar. Because if you're winning these numbers, it's only because of the Prime Minister. It is not because of what the BJP is doing in Gujarat. Sandeep, why don't you opine on this?
See, what you said about this is very true, and we saw last time as well in Gujarat. You know, BJP managed to scrape through only because the Prime Minister's pull. Now, this time the situation is different because there is nobody really to take them on. You are talking about whether AAP is BJP's B team. I would ask whose B team or C team is Congress? Because Congress, you know, it beats the logic that last time, having done such a good performance, they have simply seemed to have abdicated the state. Rahul Gandhi is not going there. You don't see any stalwarts of, Congress being there. Last time, at least, Ashok Gehlot. And so I don't know whether it's after Ahmed Patel's demise, they have lost the grip on Gujarat. And all this talk about, chup chup ke campaign in the villages, I really don't get any evidence or signs that is really working. So because Congress is really abdicating the space, BJP will, despite Morbi or despite all the infighting and issues of corruption and everything which is bound to come in after 25 years of rule, BJP will still have a sweep this time. But AAP is playing for the longer term. You see, we all make the mistake of talking of AAP, whether for the central election or this. Arvind Kejriwal knows he has got a long runway before him, and he is not going to go after 2024 or 2022 in Gujarat. If he manages to get his vote share up to 19-20%, which many people are saying, even if he doesn't get that many seats, it puts him on a much stronger footing going forward. And that's why he's investing so much resources into Gujarat, even neglecting Himachal. You see, earlier we thought Himachal will be a natural extension from Punjab. If he has won Punjab, he has got Delhi. So, it's easiest, it will be a low-hanging fruit for him.
But
he has
tactically given it the Central Election Committee meeting of the BJP.
Abhishek, just cutting across to those pictures coming in from the BJP headquarters where the Prime Minister has arrived. So just breaking out for a few seconds, this is the CEC meeting in the national capital. The Prime Minister has just arrived. You saw that Amit Shah, JP Nadda had arrived a short while back and they're already present there. And they will take a call on the Gujarat and the Himachal elections. Of course, Gujarat will be their focus today. Gujarat candidates, I think, if I'm not wrong, Abhishek, why don't you tell our viewers what's on the agenda? Can we expect any surprises in this meeting, or are the surprises already out with the senior leaders pulling out?
I think the surprises would come now, Niranjan. The announcements essentially cemented what we already knew, given the kind of purge that had happened. And remember, Vijay Rupani was the Chief Minister, Nitin Patel was the Deputy Chief Minister, Bhupendra Chudasama was the Senior Minister, I think heading the Education Ministry. And for them to announce that they won't be contesting, I think more like a face saver given by the party. Okay, fine, you announce yourself, otherwise you would anyway be sacked or not taken on board by being given tickets. So I think Prime Minister there being received by Party President JP Nadda, going inside the Central Election Committee, which is going to over the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. few hours today and few hours tomorrow, going to essentially decide the candidates for the Gujarat elections, which is 182 seats and a few that are left in Himachal. So I think in that, no, nothing in Himachal, but in all 182 in Gujarat. So that's the agenda, Niranjan, of the Central Election Committee, and which includes the Prime Minister and the Senior Minister, senior leaders of the party, and of course, Party President JP Nadda heads it. And this body would be deliberating over the next few hours and deciding Gujarat candidates. Maybe not all of them today, but by tomorrow the entire list should be out. We are told, in fact, that once this meeting gets over, whatever decisions have been taken today would be announced, the names would be announced. Just to explain to the viewers the process, the parliamentary board of the party at the state level meets to decide at least 3 candidates, probables per seat, not candidates but probables per seat, and that process was done over the last week when Union Home Minister Amit Shah, camped in Ahmedabad or Gandhinagar and carried out that exercise. So seat-wise, they created a panel of names, as it is called, of 3 probables each, and that panel now comes to Delhi, and the Central Election Committee discusses and deliberates on those names and picks up the most winnable candidate, and that's how the list gets finalized. So that's what's going to happen now in the case of Gujarat. And remember, we have been discussing the home state of the Prime Minister, home state of the Home Minister, and prestige battle. Also an experiment, I must tell you, Niranjan, that if the BJP wins this election, which is likely to, as per the opinion poll and general feedback from the ground as well, BJP would be completing exactly 29 years. They have completed 29 years, 30 years next year. And if they win next election as well, which is 2027, Niranjan, BJP would be beating the record of the Communist Party of India, Marxist, CPM in Bengal, to become the longest serving democratically elected party in any state, perhaps anywhere in the world.
Have to take a short break now.
BJP is looking at very long-term records as well.
Yeah.
Niranjan, I'm tempted to ask Abhishek one question. So
have to take a break, Deepti. You can do that at 8 o'clock.
JP Nadda, again, his home state is Himachal.
I have to take a break.
One question. Please allow me one question with Abhishek.
Keep your answer short, Abhishek.
There is a lot of buzz that JP Nadda has been given an extension. Now, clearly, isn't Himachal also a test right now for JP Nadda? He's personally also invested in that state, because come 2024, this is a state also that he needs to deliver for the BJP along with the other people.
It's his home state.
Yes.
He's born in Bihar, Patna. So that sense, politics comes from perhaps that background. But Himachal happens to be his home state.
Okay, have to take a break. Abhishek and Deepti, we can take this forward at 8 o'clock. Have to take a short break. We'll come back. You can take this forward at 8 o'clock. Requesting all our panelists to stay with us, taking a short break. The numbers, the analysis coming up on the other side. Stay tuned. The big picture and the big takeaways.
आपने अपनी शुगर चेक की क्या? आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
A simple sugar test can save you from diabetes-related complications. This World Diabetes Day, take a pledge to check your sugar and beat diabetes with Beto.
Get your diabetes care program with a free Beto glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
ने हाथापाई क्यों की थी बताइए ना? उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जो फिल्म देखने आया था? आपका फोटो दिख रहा है वीडियो में। आपका फोटो दिख रहा है वीडियो में। उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जिसने हाथापाई? So this is the NCP worker who was there with Jitendra Wad. He is not, in fact, responding to the question.
250 seats. कांग्रेस और कमीशन, कांग्रेस और भ्रष्टाचार। हम मिशन से काम करते हैं, वो कमीशन के लिए काम करते हैं।
पैसों से चुनाव नहीं जितवाएंगे आप, कि आप अपने भविष्य के आधार पर अपना वोट देंगे।
There's only one channel for the result day live. December 8 with Arnab.
The stone pelting that had been done at the Vande Bharat Express, exactly at the window where Assaduddin Owaisi had also been seated.
Jitendra Wad, yesterday he went into one of the theatres and he took law in his hand. He and his party workers beat up the viewers who were there sitting and watching the movie.
joint exercise, that's the Garud 7 being conducted in Jodhpur.
एनसीपी के कार्यकर्ताओं ने मारपीट की. जितेंद्र अवार्ड went there inside the theater and also beat up. Why are you not responding? Didn't you breach the privacy of those viewers who were watching the movie? Why don't you respond?
Two states.
गुजरात के लोगों ने इतना भारी बहुमत देके इनको राज दिया कि आपके घर में मौत होने पे आपसे मिलने भी नहीं आते.
भारत के साथ जम्मू कश्मीर को जोड़ने का काम देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी का.
There's only one channel for the result. They lie. December 8 with Arnab.
Fire broke out at the Indian Oil Depot at Patna's Sipara in Bihar in the late hours of Monday.
Bus accident over there reported in Kupwara and Jammu and Kashmir. We're learning so far at least 20 people were injured.
Kerala Union of Working Journalists is taking out a protest outside the Raj Bhavan against Governor Arif Mohammad Khan's comment of gagging two media groups in Kerala.
ने हाथापाई क्यों की थी बताइए ना. उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जो फिल्म देखने आया था. आपका फोटो दिख रहा है वीडियो में. उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जिसने हाथापाई. दिस इज द एनसीपी वर्कर हु वाज देयर विद जितेंद्र अवार्ड इज नॉट.
250 seats.
कांग्रेस और कमीशन, कांग्रेस और भ्रष्टाचार, हम मिशन से काम करते हैं, वो कमीशन के लिए काम करते हैं.
पैसों से चुनाव नहीं जितवाएंगे आप कि आप अपने भविष्य के आधार पर अपना वोट देंगे.
There's only one channel for the result. They lie. December 8 with Arnab. Two states.
भारत के साथ जम्मू कश्मीर को जोड़ने का काम देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी का.
गुजरात के लोगों ने इतना भारी बहुमत देके इनको राज दिया कि आपके घर में मौत होने पे आपसे मिलने भी नहीं आते.
There's only one channel for the result. They lie. December 8 with Arnab. As two states go to polls, who has the edge? Watch India's biggest opinion poll, the Republic-PMARQ opinion poll, 7 p.m. onwards on India's election news headquarters. December 8 with Arnab. Thank you for staying with us on the special broadcast of the opinion poll, the Republic-PMARQ opinion poll for Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh. Let's quickly go across to the numbers. My colleagues Abhishek Kapoor and Deepti Sachdeva joining us on the broadcast. Quickly, Abhishek and Deepti, let's go through the numbers and the big takeaways from each of these states. Gujarat first, where the BJP is set to create a new record. Let's put the numbers of Gujarat on screen. Now, since the 1980s, the big takeaway from Gujarat, Abhishek, since the 1980s, the highest seat share the BJP has got is 127 in 2002, and now the BJP, with this projection, let's take the numbers, let's put the numbers out on screen, set to get a record-breaking 134 seats with a 7th term in power. That's the projection for Gujarat. The Congress party almost finished in Gujarat, just about 24 to 36 seats. The Aam Aadmi party tried hard, but I'm not sure that's converted to seats. And that's the big story. Congress on its way out. Aam Aadmi party failed to shake things up. Abhishek.
You know, so where the Congress party is concerned, Niranjan, the complete decimation is visible within the Congress leadership also. Let's look at the last 24 hours. We had Bhaga Bharad, MLA, sitting MLA from Talala quitting in the morning. We are getting reports that Niranjan Patel, Petla's sitting MLA, might quit tonight itself and join the BJP tomorrow. We saw Himanshu Vyas, a senior member of the Congress leadership in Gujarat and a national secretary, quitting yesterday and joining the BJP. And we had Mohan Rathwa. It's a significant, swing it's going to cause insofar as the tribal community of the Rathwas is concerned in the eastern tribal belt in Gujarat, affecting at least 10 seats, possibly 15. So I think, and these are all, Mohan Rathwa was in fact the senior-most MLA of the Congress party, in fact senior enough to be the pro tem speaker in 2017 when the assembly was set up. So in that sense, it gives you an idea of the complete rout of the Congress party, and it's getting reflected in the fact that there is despair in the senior leadership. They are quitting. There is a complete surrender. We have not seen the Gandhis visiting the estate even once. Forget about during the campaign, even as a build-up to the campaign, and in the last couple of months. And also remember, Niranjan, this is going to be the first election for the Congress party in Gujarat without Ahmed Patel, and that's an important factor, because Ahmed Patel, at least because it was his home estate, would keep the infighting in check. So, like in the case of Himachal Pradesh, Congress party is going to sorely miss Veerbhadra Singh's presence. In the case of Gujarat, they are going to miss Ahmed Patel as well. In that sense, I think Congress party does not have many options, but it's likely. We don't know whether the Congress party strategists have really thought about it. They are sort of transferring their vote share to the Aam Aadmi party with the thought perhaps that hum to doobenge sanam, tumko bhi le doobenge, in the sense that if we can't do anything, let Aam Aadmi party at least be an irritant for the BJP, or at least make them work harder, because remember, even at 20% vote share, the numbers insofar as that vote share translating into number of seats is concerned, the Aam Aadmi party is not an area of concern for the BJP. In fact, BJP is a beneficiary because of this decimation of the Congress party, and the Aam Aadmi party is scavenging on the Congress voter. In that sense, I think it looks good for the BJP. But Deepti, difficult days ahead for the Congress party in Gujarat.
Oh yes, I think we have a new panel.
Or rather, if I could just add to it, not difficult days for the Congress party, unending difficult days for the Congress party.
Okay, so I think we'll have a new panel of guests on the screens, and I'll just quickly say good evening to them, Abhishek. But I want to ask you something about the vote share, because we've been speaking about the Congress party. Let's say good evening, in fact, to Ratan Sharda will still join us. I do see Ratan Sharda is there, Abhishek Sudhir is there, Varis Pathan is there, Pankaj continues to be with us. I also do see Aparajita with us, and Karan Verma is with us. And before I come to you, Aparajita and all gentlemen, a quick question that I think Pankaj should be able then to tell us, because we are talking of the Congress party here. I was looking at the vote share, of the years 2007, Pankaj, 2012, 2017. It moves from a 38% to a 39% to a 41% in 2017. So, the Congress's vote shares, many would say, Pankaj, has ossified. And are you taking that vote bank for granted? Are you taking that for a ride? Can you tell me how many rallies of Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi have been held in Gujarat, or they do not believe it's important there to reach out to the electorate? You can sit back and let the BJP do whatever mistakes, and then perhaps you think that you have a chance, and in the meantime you have the entry of the Aam Aadmi party.
See, nobody can take any vote percentage for granted. Modi ji is going every other day. Amit Shah ji is going every other day to Gujarat. Let's see what the results would be for BJP. I am sure, my assessment says that BJP in Gujarat is not going clear majority this time. Government employees agitating, ASHA workers agitating, road transport workers agitating, farmers agitating, ex-servicemen agitating. How can you expect a sweeping victory for an incumbent government of such an agitation?
Pankaj, can you deny the fact that you got 77? You got 77, the BJP got 99 in 2017. I think, Abhishek, we've seen a considerable switch from the Congress to the BJP already. You take things for granted, you sit back, and then you blame others. Then you fall with others. Where is the seriousness in the Congress party if you want to take on Modi come 2024, Pankaj? That is a serious question that will be asked of you.
See, from Morbi to Maninagar, there is a subtle discontent among the electorate over a deeply suffocating social climate, unemployment crisis, very bad situation of healthcare, dishonesty with farmers. See, promoting crony capitalism, making corruption a way of life. overlooking the welfare of Adivasi community. So, from where BJP can sweep these elections? It's impossible. The ground situation is different. Yeah, please come in. Please come in.
Yeah.
Karan,
Mr.
Karan is wanting
Pankaj.
to respond to you, then we'll also get an Aishwarya.
Mr. Pankaj just said Mr. Modi and Amit Shah are going there every second day. That shows the seriousness of the BJP. The fact that the Prime Minister is from Gujarat. Let me complete.
That shows the desperation.
That shows the fact
You call that
they never
desperation,
take a
Pankaj, but
single-
that is the hunger.
They never
That is the
take a
hunger.
single
That no election is
for
too
granted.
small. You're out there to win an election. That's how you win elections.
Congress, they had 41% vote share last time around. 77
After Himachal,
seats.
now
And in
BJP is a
Bharat
divided
Jodo,
house in
they
Gujarat.
did not even bother going there.
Three big
Mr.
leaders
Pankaj,
have
just hear
been
me out.
denied
I
the
heard you
tickets.
patiently.
Three big leaders have been denied the
77
candidature.
seats
BJP
and
is a divided
41%
house in
vote
Gujarat
share.
now.
Will you please moderate him? After getting 41% vote share and 77 seats, you did not even bother. Rahul Gandhi did not even bother visiting Gujarat in Bharat Jodo Yatra. That is your seriousness about an election. So please don't preach why Mr. Modi is going there every second day. He is serious about his election.
We'll get to
and
know on
that
the
is why
8th.
he's on a
We'll get
winning
to
spree.
know on the 8th. Charges versus counter charges, Aishwarya. Charges versus counter charges is how we've seen the story playing out.
Absolutely, but whether you talk about Himachal Pradesh, whether you talk about Gujarat, Abhishek and Deepti, Abhishek, these are two states which are completely opposite to each other. One state changes every 4-5 years, like every election, and the other hasn't seen a change for last 27 years. And going by the numbers, it seems that it's going to be 34. Because next time, when there's going to be the election, because the numbers, yes, Congress is in the fight, though PMARQ survey show that there is a 21% loss in the Congress vote share. But, and I question the PMARQ, according to my sources, Congress is not doing that bad. There are still 45 seats because this is according to BJP's internal survey, where they feel that Congress is in fight. And that's the reality.
Ask Animesh, Aishwarya, because Animesh, you have not been into this debate for a while. Aishwarya is asking you a question, in fact, that your numbers in Himachal perhaps are not giving the true picture so far as the Congress party scene is concerned. You are indulging a bit more with the BJP then, perhaps. Is Animesh there? Animesh, are you getting me? Okay, Animesh is not there. Aishwarya,
Abhishek is there. Abhishek, Sudhir can take that question.
Okay, Abhishek, Sudhir, you can ask that to Abhishek. No problem. You can ask that question to Abhishek, Sudhir, Deepti, that, the Congress party perhaps might pull in a surprise there in Himachal.
Well, I really don't know. I mean, the Congress hasn't been visible. And I just see Prime Minister Modi campaigning more for the Congress than Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi. It's the Prime Minister and the Home Minister who seem to be bringing up the Congress more than the Congress leadership itself. It's Prime Minister Modi who says that the Congress is running apparently some silent, covert campaign, going to the villages and saying, please vote for us, don't vote for the BJP. So I really don't know why the Prime Minister, whose dream has been Congress Mukt Bharat, is... No, I mean, this is, I mean, I'm just going by what the Prime Minister is saying. He's like, beware of the Congress. I mean, would you imagine the Prime Minister saying this? The Prime Minister realizes that the Congress is an easier foe to overcome, is an easier enemy to vanquish. The Aam Aadmi Party, look at that vote share, 20.6%. Even if we take the survey as the actual result of the election, 20.6%. Amit Shah has told the lawmakers of Gujarat, if Aam Aadmi Party reaches 24%, that's a red alert for them. And if you go by the margin of error of plus minus 3%, Aam Aadmi Party is at 23.6% if you go by margin of error. 24% vote share is a red alert for the BJP. Trust me, this is the Punjab 2017 moment. Punjab 2022, Gujarat 2027. That is coming. That is what the survey here tells me.
I would have been more interested if you would have been talking about your Aparajita Sarangi. But you see, these are the first elections, Abhishek, where you see the Gandhis are not there.
Yeah.
Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi are not there. And I feel that the Congress might not be saying it, Aparajita Sarangi. They might be talking to you in Central Hall, ma'am. But I don't think they are openly accepting it, Abhishek and Deepti, that they are very happy that Rahul Gandhi is not going to campaign in Himachal
and in Gujarat. And the numbers are completely opposite. It's inversely proportional, Abhishek. It's inversely proportional, Aparajita Sarangi, that if Rahul Gandhi goes, numbers dip. The man is out. The man is not going to campaign either in Gujarat or in Himachal. And Congress seems to be doing well. No, Abhishek, Sudhir, you are laughing, but that's the reality. The numbers are showing this, Aparajita Sarangi. BJP is most happy, ask her.
What? अब की बार फिर से मोदी सरकार Can I say? Can I speak out?
Okay. Yeah, please carry on.
अब की बार फिर से मोदी सरकार in both Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh. A couple of days back, I had been sent by my party to Himachal Pradesh, and you know, I could see everywhere the banners and posters of Bharatiya Janata Party and the workers moving from door to door, talking to people, connecting with them, you know, and all the women on the streets, all the street plays being shown. But where was the Congress and where was AAP? No poster, no flags, no banners, no leaders. Now here there is a Rahul Gandhi who is down south, and he is doing his Bharat Jodo Yatra. I don't know what kind of Bharat Jodo Yatra is this, which would not be translating into votes for the Congress. Now, even if Rahul Gandhi ji would have come to Gujarat or Himachal, I don't know what kind of impact he would have left on the voters. I have a serious doubt. Now, as far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned,
Deepti, she would have been more happy. More Rahul Gandhi comes to campaign, BJP is more happy.
In fact, I can give you an example.
Please do so.
I can give you an example. Aparajita Sarangi, you know what Aishwarya is telling you makes sense. Last time, when Rahul Gandhi was campaigning in Gujarat in 2017, he went to the Somnath temple. And an entry was made.
That very popular entry. Cameras were there and everything.
It's possible that Rahul Gandhi did not write it, somebody else did, but that did the damage. And the Congress party, which got 77 seats despite that faux pas, could have really done better. Yeah. So it's Rahul Gandhi, carries some trouble with him for the Congress party, and that's why perhaps the strategists have been smart this time of not sending Rahul Gandhi both to Gujarat and
keeping him away.
But I have a serious question to ask of Aparajita, and then we'll get in Ratan also. You know, Aparajita, the point is, before you came into the discussion, in the last 1 year, no, 1 second, Aparajita, you have the by-polls of last year to reflect on when it comes to the state of Himachal. Do not forget that. Are you also taking the voter for granted in the state of Gujarat? And the real trouble now is that Aam Aadmi Party is not the Congress. Aam Aadmi Party is not the Congress. You cannot bash the Aam Aadmi Party without them responding to you. So has the Aam Aadmi Party for you become the real challenger?
No, see,
and the Prime Minister is the only one doing all the heavy lifting.
Please give me some.
You know, your Chief Minister, whether in Gujarat or whether in the state of Himachal, just look at the popularity ratings.
Bharatiya Janata Party is a party with a difference. We go to the voters with our report card. We talk about our achievements, not only at the state level, but also what Prime Minister Modi has been doing at the center. And I think, the best part about this party and our leader is that the communication is very good with the voters. We call it Samvad. Prime Minister Samvad goes to the last voter and he understands the language of the Prime Minister and his entire team. So I think as far as convincing the voters is concerned, as far as, talking
Aparajita Sarangi, no one is questioning it. Aparajita Sarangi, you are a member of parliament, you know better. No one is questioning the Prime Minister's acceptability. No one is questioning the Prime Minister. No. Listen. The question, and I say in Himachal, when it was asked, Deepti and Abhishek, how do you rate the performance of the BJP government? It was said 12% excellent, but when the same question was asked to the same set of people, Abhishek, that how do you rate the performance of the Prime Minister? 26%, massive 26% in Himachal said excellent and 34% said good. And the same percentage in Gujarat is 29% excellent and 38% good. So no one is questioning the acceptability. What Deepti is saying is that Aam Aadmi Party, according to the PMARQ, listen, I may have my own opinion. I'm a reporter. I feel, according to my sources, the numbers which the PMARQ is giving, Deepti and Abhishek, is not even what the internal surveys of the Aam Aadmi Party is giving. I have my doubts, but as a reporter, I can do that. But I am saying that is that a problem for you, Aparajita Sarangi, as the BJP? That if Aam Aadmi Party takes the space of the Congress?
See, let me tell you candidly. See, there is absolutely no problem who comes second. Second is always a second. We are forming the government. We are going for 2/3 majority. We know for sure as far as Gujarat is concerned, we would definitely be 150 plus. And as far as Himachal is concerned, we would be more than 45. Right. And this statement is based on the fact that we are working extremely hard there, and we can.
No, you are saying 150, Abhishek. Before we just go to Ratan Sharda, Deepti, the best they have done, the best the BJP has done is in 2002, right?
Yes.
The best they have done. What was the number, Abhishek?
127.
In 2002.
127.
127, and you are saying, Aparajita Sarangi 150. Did I hear correct?
Yes, we would be at 150 plus.
Madam MP, that is what you said, right?
150 plus we would be actually going ahead of 1985. Okay. Madhav Singh Solanki's record of, I think it was slightly less than 150. So we would be crossing 150 this time. 1985 was the highest. The Congress leader Madhav Singh Solanki, I mean. But I think we are going beyond that this time. And this is based on our report card. And I think
we need to concede. See, Himachal is important, but Gujarat is very, very, very important. Yeah. That's the difference in Gujarat. But Ratan Sharda, you know, in this edition of the Republic-PMARQ opinion poll, we are also talking of the big national picture. Ratan, the BJP is a 24/7 election machinery. Yeah. They go out and fight every election because they have to win.
Like how?
But I want to know, what is the commentary this time on the opposition? Whether you have the Congress, whether you have the AAP.
See, AAP is also a full-time political party. It is also hungry for power. It is the kind of opposition that BJP should worry about. Forget about the chicanery, about their, hypocrisy and all that. Forget about that. If people want to vote for them, you can't really, you can keep cribbing, you can keep complaining, you can also criticize rightly. But they are the people who are ready to fight. I'm really very sad that Congress party is abdicating. It's not just loss, it's abdication. In Gujarat, with such huge voting share, you remember last time in Republic Studio, there was total chaos when it was felt that Congress might even win. But that spirit of fight is gone. You might ridicule Rahul Gandhi, but I believe Rahul Gandhi's visits in Gujarat did pump up Congress, and the people who don't want to vote for BJP in any case voted for Congress. Unfortunately, this time Congress is abandoning its own ground, the only state apart from a couple of more where they got real base with real workers. They have not groomed new leaders. They have lost new fresh leaders. Rahul Gandhi doesn't visit there during Padyatra. Nobody's interested. If that is the kind of jaded party which doesn't want to be in the fight, then God help them. As far as BJP is concerned in Gujarat, see, Modi is the pride of Gujarat. As long as Modi ji wants, he cannot be beaten in Gujarat. You do whatever you want to do. Whichever party wants to do. In Gujarat, it's Modi and only Modi. And yes, of course, BJP has people working on the roots. BJP has people working on the booth level, individual home level. Nobody has that strength even now.
All right.
When the Congress, of course, lost it. So we consider all that. In Gujarat, there is no say. In Himachal, I believe the contest could be tighter.
Riju wants to come in. Riju, is this how the opposition will fight 2024?
Yeah, thank you.
The poll results we all saw. The build-up to the Himachal and the Gujarat elections is now what we are looking at.
I'll just quickly remind everybody from all your viewers of Republic that, the third largest party in the parliament is Trinamool Congress. Not any other party. After BJP and Congress, it's Trinamool Congress. So I want to start off by saying I heard Ms. Sarangi very well eloquently. She said that, ab ki baar Gujarat or Himachal mein Modi Sarkar. I will remind her that her top leadership in Bengal said ab ki baar 200 par. Their Vijay Rath stopped at 73 and now reduced to 63.
But
in Himachal, we saw 3 chief ministers getting changed in 8 months. And in Gujarat, with issues of unemployment, inflation, corruption and communal politics. And I'm telling you, from 2019 till 2014, they have lost Bihar.
But that happened during the by-polls, no? Did you see what happened to the Congress? It's relegated to number 3 in Telangana.
So,
it's lost its deposit in Adhampur. What are you talking?
Comparing
The opposition
TMC
is not
with
able to
Gujarat
make these electoral
is
issues,
actually immature.
Mr. Datta.
I didn't expect him to make such a statement because TMC won the election on huge violence.
I'll tell you, the
You
bottom
can't
line
compare
is
Gujarat. There is no
we
violence
are
at all.
fighting with tooth
It's a
and nail with the
wonderful election
BJP.
every time in Gujarat.
In Goa, in Tripura, we will defeat BJP in the coming months when the election is on the door.
Are you fighting?
TMC defeated Riju Datta.
You are.
TMC defeated BJP. TMC defeated BJP in Bengal election. But TMC, you have to, as much as you would want TMC to be a national party, it's not. It's not, and that's the reality. But the problem here is that Congress needs to see
replace
that
opposition.
How can you say that, Aishwarya? We are the third largest party in the parliament. Are you saying that AAP is a bigger party than Trinamool Congress when we are the third largest party in the parliament?
No, you have to tell your leader to go on campaign.
Bharat Jodo Yatra, Aishwarya goes through Telangana. Look at
what Bharat Jodo? Their Karnataka leader is saying Hindu means Ganda and they want to Jodo Bharat. What Bharat are they aiming at?
Why are you
what Bharat are they aiming
quiet
at?
on that? Why you quiet
what
on
Jodo
that?
Bharat?
No, I am not.
Bharat is not Tuta as you think. The Tukda gang is going Abhishek.
Where defeat BJP in the Tripura and Goa
Where
in
is
the
the
coming
Congress
days?
party on the panel? What is happening to the Congress party? They are missing here, there, everywhere.
Japan Pathak. Japan Pathak. I'm so sorry. Japan Pathak. I did a faux pas of myself. Japan, you are live from Ahmedabad. Japan, please tell. What's your take on all this, Japan?
Japan bhai, ये जो purge हो रहा है, this purge that is happening in the BJP, is it the party overreacting because the Aam Aadmi party is getting at least 20% votes, if not 20 seats?
Well, our senior friends in BJP claim that they have the target to cross even a 50% mark this time. And it is based on their experience, their achievement in Lok Sabha election, 62%, and even the local election, which were held in within last 2 years, and some bypolls. So they are targeting above 50% mark in this election. They are working for that. And they are least bothered about who is number 2 and number 3. However, in long term, they would not like AAP to enter in the state politics scenario with so much force, because you have seen that in Punjab they had took first step in one assembly election and second step in succeeding assembly election. So I think there is a concern about who would be number 2 or number 3, but BJP is confident to win this election. And if you have watched today evening's latest developments, Nitin Patel has come to the screen to say that I am not contesting. Bhupendra Singh Chudasama has come to the TV screen and said I am not contesting. I don't want to contest. Pradeep Singh Jadeja, former MOS home, and Vatwa MLA, he has also written a letter that I am not contesting. So I think if this is happening, BJP leadership is quite confident to win this election.
Mr. Pathak, is anti-incumbency a reality, or this is still pro-incumbency that the BJP is playing with in Gujarat? Is there any anti-incumbency, or they've been able to tide over it?
Well, there are two kinds of BJP voters. I would start with that. One section is the who is happy with the state government and want to re-elect it. The other section is not happy with the state, not happy with the BJP, but still they want to re-elect the same government. So these are the two major sections of BJP voters. They don't see any options at present. They like Narendra Modi's leadership. They like stability that BJP guarantees, and they like security that BJP ensures to the citizens. So stability, security, and leadership. These are three major concerns.
Japan Pathak, if I may just ask Abhishek. No, Japan Pathak, if I just see the segregation of the four sections, the northern Gujarat, central Gujarat, south Gujarat, Saurashtra, the maximum gain which the PMARQ survey shows is in Saurashtra Kutch, and it's of around 17 seats. 17 seats. In 2012, BJP won 35. 2017, they went down to 23. 2022, they are once again showing 30-40. Otherwise, there is a drop of 2.6, 2.7% of vote share, but their seats are still going up. The survey shows that the anti-incumbency, they may not be very happy with the state leadership. But as soon, Abhishek, as Prime Minister comes in, as soon as Amit Shah comes in, and more or less Prime Minister Modi's face, as soon as Modi comes in, there is no competition there. He fills in that gap. He fills in that space which is created for any opposition. And the Aam Aadmi Party, though the PMARQ is saying, PMARQ survey says that they are still giving them to 21 seats. There was just another survey Matrice has done. They are only saying 3 seats. So different surveys, different reports coming out. Japan.
Yeah, so no one is sure that in which particular seat Aam Aadmi can get that mark above 50,000 votes, which is required to win that seat. So nobody is sure about that. We cannot finger any single assembly seat where we can say that yes, Aam Aadmi Party has momentum in this seat. Aam Aadmi Party is going to win this seat. It looks so. So there is this confusion.
Pankaj Sharma, can you see
Aam Aadmi Party has huge vote
the absence of your leadership, the absence of your party, the absence of your cadre has allowed the Aam Aadmi Party to seep in. It's all because the absence of Congress Party and the carelessness of your top leaders.
No, you can't say that Congress is absent there. Congress is very strong, at least in Saurashtra, in Kutch, everywhere else in Adivasi districts.
No, wrong.
Okay. No. See, because of
Congress Party, in fact, it's surprising. It's coming out of PMARQ that the 2 areas where the BJP did rather bad last time in 2017, both Saurashtra, Kutch and North Gujarat, the BJP is making a fantastic rebound and in fact getting 30 to 40 seats each in these 2 regions. That's really adding to the tally. So I think saying that Saurashtra, the Congress Party is doing good is not right. Actually, Ratan Sharda, I want to ask you one very important question.
By getting some
2017, the BJP had a lot of headwinds. The Patidar movement, the GST teething troubles, the absence of larger than life presence of Narendra Modi, though it was compensated with a campaign. This time, in fact, what we are seeing is the entire campaign actually is centered around the Prime Minister. You think this is a good thing going forward for the BJP? Ratan Sharda, if you could just explain.
We must remember one thing, that at the time when Nehru was at peak, he was the one who could make even electric poll win. Similarly, Indira Gandhi's top time, anybody could win. Similarly, in Modi's time, anybody can win as long as Modi is the face. We must accept it whether we like it or not. Secondly, it's a positive vote. Show me which state has done so much of progress in industrial parameters, in getting FDI, in getting the development across state, water across Gujarat. Which party? And yes, you rightly said 2017 is the best time for Congress to overthrow BJP because of GST issues, because of many other pains. It failed. It tried its best, but it failed because they didn't have a right face in Gujarat. They have thrown away old leaders. They're not getting new leaders. If this happens, you remember what is happening. It is Delhi model now. So Gujarat cedes space to AAP. AAP totally eats away all the votes of Congress and it becomes the new Congress. Who is responsible for that? Congress, of course. It happened in Delhi. It is happening in Gujarat. It has started. In the next election, you find Gujarat, Congress going away and only AAP versus BJP will remain. And lastly, whether you like it or not, in Himachal, it will be a different case. What you show, I am not very sure. Let us wait for some more time because it's in Gujarat, it's a triangular election. So definitely BJP gets an advantage. In Himachal, it's a straight fight. Congress is much more in a fighting spirit in Himachal than they are in Gujarat because there is no leadership in Gujarat. They have killed entire leadership in Gujarat. And Himachal, they have lost the best leaders still there.
Riju wants to respond.
And Riju's point, point is Riju is nowhere in picture in Gujarat or Himachal. I do not know why he's beating the drums.
He's answering my questions now.
Yeah, just a moment.
He will answer my my questions now.
Just a moment. In Bengal, BJP became the biggest Congress, the opposition party, finished off all other parties.
From you in in Bengal. This
you started
ahamkar
it.
you people have.
You
no,
started
this
You
attitude
started
you have
it.
that if Modi ji's face is there, an electric pole will win. What happened to Bengal? What happened in Bengal? What happens in Rajasthan? What happens in Tamil Nadu? So don't say all this. The British Empire ruled India for 89 years. The Mughal ruled for 300 years.
No, Riju Datta, please enlighten all of us.
For 8 years. Who will remember?
Riju Datta, if you could all Riju Datta, you should enlighten all of us. Me, Abhishek and Deepthi. I think PMARQ has forgotten. How many seats are you contesting? No, I think PMARQ guys have just forgotten to mention. Please enlighten all of us. How many seats are you contesting in Himachal? And how many seats are you contesting in Gujarat? Please enlighten the people of the country today. How many seats are you contesting?
We are not.
Please. And no one will speak in the middle. Yes, sorry.
Contesting in Himachal and Gujarat. But
how many seats?
We are
how many seats?
BJP for the country.
How many seats?
But Himachal and Gujarat.
The but is the biggest problem. Riju Datta,
why do you
don't but every time,
BJP and Narendra Modi, why do you focus on Gujarat?
Relax. Deepthi wants to come.
Have you ever spoken to him? Why? Because
Riju, the truth is, Riju, there is a reason why this question is asked. There is a reason why this question is asked. Without the Congress, tell me something, without the Congress as the nucleus, can a Mamata Banerjee, afford to become the Prime Minister in 2024?
Exactly.
Can a KCR do that?
Riju, are you supporting the Congress party in Gujarat?
Say that.
Are you supporting
it? Say that, Abhishek. Can he say that?
Seconds.
He's going to get a call.
20 seconds. Are you supporting the Congress party in Gujarat?
I'm giving you that answer. Very clear answer. The fight against BJP and Narendra Modi in 2024 is not against Trinamool or Congress. It is with the people of this country. And in Bengal, Trinamool will defeat BJP. Stalin will defeat BJP.
Have you forgotten the Bible results?
Fight our individual battles and you will throw BJP.
What are you saying?
Riju, you are bypassing 2022. We are not talking about 2024. Tell me, in December 2022, are you supporting the Congress party in Gujarat?
Please tell me who will lead the people into 2024.
No, but are you supporting the Congress party in Gujarat?
Karan wants to come in, Abhishek. Karan wants to come in.
Any party that defeats BJP.
Karan, I am trying to request the leader of a party who's not contesting one seat but think it's a national party. I'm trying to relax. Karan Verma wants to come in. Karan. Go on.
It's laughable. It's laughable that they don't have a base or they don't even contest outside Bengal, and they proudly say just because they've excelled in one seat, in one state, they say we are the third largest. We are the third largest. Wow.
Do some homework before you come to Republic.
It is Aam Aadmi Party who's at least contesting, who has an elected government in 2 states today and is at least contesting in Gujarat. At least they are in the fight. You are nowhere close to being in the fight. I mean, hats off to you for having the guts to say we are the third largest in the country. You are not. You might be there numerically because in one state you've scored. Otherwise, you have zero base.
Government in Punjab, people are getting shot left, right and center, and because of stubble burning, Delhi is choking. Now you are acting holier than thou in Gujarat.
Wake up
First
from
save
your
the capital of this
slumber. I am
country.
not an AAP
Then give
supporter.
big dialogues.
I am not an AAP supporter. Don't misplace your anger. I am not an AAP supporter. I know Arvind Kejriwal has led Delhi into a chamber gas.
No.
I know
People,
that.
unfortunately, Karan Verma, people like you have all the different colors of gulal in their pocket. Jiska bhi palla bhari hai, usko leke chalte hain.
Keep shouting. You don't have a base anywhere. People have rejected you. Understand this. You only have a base in Bengal where you do post-war violence.
You do not accept people like you who have got all the colors
with Yadav.
You have no base.
Why hasn't she got to campaign for the Congress party?
So you don't have any credibility.
Mr. Datta,
in this 1 month.
Mamata Banerjee, will she go to campaign for the Congress party in Gujarat?
He's so rattled. He doesn't have a bloody point.
We know we are not going to campaign for Congress in Gujarat, but we will symbolically support any political party that defeats the BJP or that is countering BJP.
That means they have no ideology.
See,
only
that is the problem.
anti-Modi.
Everything to defeat the BJP.
What a failed ideology.
Not anti-Modi, anti-BJP because
and the voters see through this now.
Aprajita Sarangi, before we end. No, hold on. Karan. Aprajita Sarangi, even after 27 years, and quick answers. Huh?
Yes.
Even after 27 years, it seems, going by the numbers, I say, no trace of anti-incumbency, no anti-partidar sentiments. Now even Hardik Patel is in BJP, Abhishek. It seems BJP has it in its control.
You partidar movement?
No, the whole system.
Of course. The GST is settled. That was one issue teething troubles at the time because Surat was sensitive about it. Partidar movement, Hardik Patel in the BJP.
In the BJP.
Alpesh Thakur in the BJP.
In the BJP.
Jignesh Mewani, effectively irrelevant, not in the BJP.
Irrelevant.
And opposition decimated the Congress party nowhere. So obviously, I mean, it's an election for the BJP for the taking, and Aparajita is saying 150. Yeah. That's a psychological mark because Madhav Singh Solanki got 149 in 1985, of course, on the back of the Indira Gandhi sympathy wave. What is important is, Aishwarya, that's something for perhaps the BJP representative can answer. Typically, the BJP and the Congress, they have a gap of about 10 percentage points in vote share in Gujarat. This time it seems to be bridging, and that too courtesy the Aam Aadmi Party. So in that sense, is that an area of concern for the BJP?
See, I can only say that we are extremely confident that we'll be doing extremely well in both the states. Yes, in both the states, I have given you the figures you just mentioned, 150 plus and of course 45 plus in Himachal Pradesh. We are doing our job very seriously, and as far as these parties are concerned, it's full of sound and fury signifying nothing. They have absolutely no base on the ground. They're just talking in the air, not thinking of 2022, thinking of 2024. That's what Riju Datta gave us to understand. See, we are a party which has been able to create pro-incumbency wave. This is not a small thing, not a small achievement. I will just give you an example. Priyanka Vadra goes to Himachal Pradesh and talks of 10 resolutions. And 2 funny resolutions are, we would be, making 300 units of electricity free and ₹1,500 every month to every woman of Himachal Pradesh. Now the question is, why did Modi
not set this December the 8th? This is exactly what Republic will track. What have parties claimed? What have parties achieved? Trust Republic to keep you ahead on every breaking development. Remember, on the 12th is where you have the state of Himachal voting. Aishwarya, Abhishek, an honorable member is just going to join you in a bit, and people have been asking where is he because he was supposed to be a part of this entire coverage, but we will be tracking everything that you need to know. I thank Aparajita and all gentlemen for joining us. As Republic, remember, your election news headquarters will track every detail this big election season. Thank you for watching.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
2 states गुजरात के लोगों ने इतना भारी बहुमत देके इनको राज दिया, या आपके घर में मौत होने पे आपसे मिलने भी नहीं आते।
भारत के साथ जम्मू कश्मीर को जोड़ने का काम देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने।
There's only one channel for the result live. December 8 with Arnav.
Fire broke out at the Indian Oil Depot at Patna's Sipara in Bihar in the late hours of Monday.
Bus accident over there reported in Kupwara and Jammu and Kashmir. We're learning so far at least 20 people were injured.
Kerala Union of Working Journalists is taking out a protest outside the Raj Bhavan against Governor Arif Mohammad Khan's comment of gagging 2 media groups in Kerala.
हाथापाई क्यों की थी बताइए ना। उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जो फिल्म देखने आया था? आपका फोटो दिख रहा है वीडियो में, उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जिसने हाथापाई? This is the NCP worker who was there with Jitendra Wad is not in fact responding to the question.
250 seats.
कांग्रेस और कमीशन, कांग्रेस और भ्रष्टाचार, हम मिशन से काम करते हैं, वो कमीशन के लिए काम करते हैं।
पैसों से चुनाव नहीं जितवाएंगे आप, कि आप अपने भविष्य के आधार पर अपना वोट देंगे।
There's only one channel for the result live. December 8 with Arnav.
the stone pelting that had been done at the Vande Bharat Express, exactly at the window where Assaduddin Owaisi had also been seated.
Jitendra Rawat, yesterday he went into one of the theatres and he took law in his hand. He and his party workers beat up the viewers who were there sitting and watching the movie.
The joint exercise, that's the Garud 7 being conducted in Jodhpur.
एनसीपी के कार्यकर्ताओं ने मारपीट की. जितेंद्र अवार्ड went there inside the theatre and also beat up. Why are you not responding? Didn't you breach the privacy of those viewers who were watching the movie? Why don't you respond?
2 states.
गुजरात के लोगों ने इतना भारी बहुमत देके इनको राज दिया कि आपके घर में मौत होने पे आपसे मिलने भी नहीं आते.
भारत के साथ जम्मू कश्मीर को जोड़ने का काम देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने.
There's only one channel for the result live. December 8 with Arnav.
Fire broke out at the Indian Oil Depot at Patna's Sipara in Bihar in the late hours of Monday.
Bus accident over there reported in Kupwara and Jammu and Kashmir. We're learning so far at least 20 people were injured.
Kerala Union of Working Journalists is taking out a protest outside the Raj Bhavan against Governor Arif Mohammad Khan's comment of gagging 2 media groups in Kerala.
ने हाथापाई क्यों की थी बताइए ना. उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जो फिल्म देखने आया था. आपका फोटो दिख रहा है वीडियो में. उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जिसने हाथापाई. This is the NCP worker who was there with Jitendra Awad. He is not in fact responding to the question.
250 seats.
कांग्रेस और कमीशन, कांग्रेस और भ्रष्टाचार, हम मिशन से काम करते हैं.
All right, top brass of the BJP in Gujarat, led by former Chief Minister Vijay Rupani, has announced that they won't be contesting the election. That's a voluntary announcement. Let's listen to Rupani, who spoke a while back.
मैंने पहले भी अनेक बार बताया है कि मैंने 5 साल मुख्यमंत्री के नाते सबके साथ, सबका साथ, सबका सहकार से मैंने काम किया है. सुचारू रूप से अच्छा काम किया है. और इस बार चुनाव में नए लोगों को, नए कार्यकर्ता को ये जिम्मेवारी देनी चाहिए. मैं चुनाव नहीं लड़ूंगा ऐसा पत्र भी मैंने हमारे वरिष्ठों को लिखा है और दिल्ली भी सबको मैंने इसके बारे में बताया भी है कि भाई इस बार मैं चुनाव लड़ना नहीं चाहता हूं. और जो पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड प्रत्याशी तय करेंगे उसको जिताने के लिए पूरी कोशिश से, पूरी तन मन धन से हम प्रयत्न करेंगे.
In the latest Indian university rankings announced by QS, the world's leading university rankings organization, India's #1 ranked universities in various categories are IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, University of Delhi, University of Calcutta, and Amity University.
The stone pelting that had been done at the Vande Bharat Express, exactly at the window where Assaduddin Owaisi had also been seated.
Jitendra Rawat, yesterday he went into one of the theatres and he took law in his hand. He and his party workers beat up the viewers who were there sitting and watching the movie.
The joint exercise, that's the Garud 7 being conducted in Jodhpur.
एनसीपी के कार्यकर्ताओं ने मारपीट की. जितेंद्र अवार्ड went there inside the theatre and also beat up. Why are you not responding? Didn't you breach the privacy of those viewers who were watching the movie. Why don't you respond?
Two states.
गुजरात के लोगों ने इतना भारी बहुमत देके इनको राज दिया, या आपके घर में मौत होने पे आपसे मिलने भी नहीं आते।
भारत के साथ जम्मू कश्मीर को जोड़ने का काम देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी।
There's only one channel for the Resulti Live. December 8 with Arnav.
Fire broke out at the Indian Oil Depot at Patna's Sipara in Bihar in the late hours of Monday.
Bus accident over there reported in Kupwara and Jammu and Kashmir. We're learning so far at least 20 people were injured.
Kerala Union of Working Journalists is taking out a protest outside the Raj Bhavan against Governor Arif Mohammad Khan's comment of gagging two media groups in Kerala.
हाथापाई क्यों की थी बताइए ना। उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जो फिल्म देखने आया था? आपका फोटो दिख रहा है वीडियो में, आपका फोटो दिख रहा है वीडियो में, उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जिसने हाथापाई? This is the NCP worker who was there with Jitendra Wad is not in fact responding to the question.
250 seats.
कांग्रेस और कमीशन, कांग्रेस और भ्रष्टाचार, हम मिशन से काम करते हैं, वो कमीशन के लिए काम करते हैं।
पैसों से चुनाव नहीं जितवाएंगे आप, कि आप अपने भविष्य के आधार पर अपना वोट देंगे।
There's only one channel for the Resulti Live. December 8 with Arnav.
The stone pelting that had been done at the Vande Bharat Express, exactly at the window where Sabin obviously had also been seated.
Jitendra Wad, yesterday he went into one of the theatres and he took law in his hand. He and his party workers beat up the viewers who were there sitting and watching the movie.
The joint exercise, that's the Garud 7 being conducted in Jodhpur.
एनसीपी के कार्यकर्ताओं ने मारपीट की। जितेंद्र वाड went there inside the theatre and also beat up. Why are you not responding? Didn't you breach the privacy of those viewers who were watching the movie? Why don't you respond?
Two states.
गुजरात के लोगों ने इतना भारी बहुमत देके इनको राज दिया, या आपके घर में मौत होने पे आपसे मिलने भी नहीं आते।
भारत के साथ जम्मू कश्मीर को जोड़ने का काम देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी।
There's only one channel for the Resulti Live. December 8 with Arnav.
Another senior leader and someone who has been minister since the Keshubai Patel days also announced that he also won't be contesting the elections. Bhupen Singh Chudasama, let's listen in.
के चुनाव में मैं धौलका विधानसभा से चुनाव नहीं लड़ूंगा, ऐसी इच्छा मैंने अपने वरिष्ठ नेताओं के सामने रखी है। मैं पार्टी का जितना भी आभार व्यक्त करूं इतना कम होगा, क्योंकि 80 से लेकर के 17 तक पार्टी ने मुझे टिकट दिया। मैं धौलका विधानसभा से 9 बार लड़ा, जितनी बार जीता 5 बार, तो 5 बार पार्टी ने मुझे कैबिनेट मंत्री बनाया।
At the Indian Oil Depot at Patna's Sipara in Bihar in the late hours of Monday.
Bus accident over there reported in Kupwara and Jammu and Kashmir. We're learning so far at least 20 people were injured.
Kerala Union of Working Journalists is taking out a protest outside the Raj Bhavan against Governor Arif Mohammad Khan's comment of gagging two media groups in Kerala.
आपने अपनी शुगर चेक की क्या? आपने शुगर चेक की क्या? A simple sugar test can save you from diabetes-related complications. This World Diabetes Day, take a pledge to check your sugar and beat diabetes with Beto.
Get your diabetes care program with a free Beto glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
ने हाथापाई क्यों की थी बताइए ना। उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जो फिल्म देखने आया था? आपका फोटो दिख रहा है वीडियो में। आपका फोटो दिख रहा है वीडियो में, उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जिसने हाथापाई? So this is the NCP worker who was there with Jitendra Wad. He is not in fact responding to the question.
seats.
कांग्रेस और कमीशन, कांग्रेस और भ्रष्टाचार, हम मिशन से काम करते हैं, वो कमीशन के लिए काम करते हैं।
पैसों से चुनाव नहीं जितवाएंगे आप, कि आप अपने भविष्य के आधार पर अपना वोट देंगे।
There's only one channel for the result live. December 8 with Arnav.
The stone pelting that had been done at the Vande Bharat Express, exactly at the window where South Owaisi had also been seated.
Jitendra Wad, yesterday he went into one of the theatres and he took law in his hand. He and his party workers beat up the viewers who were there sitting and watching the movie.
The joint exercise, that's the Garud 7 being conducted in Jodhpur.
एनसीपी के कार्यकर्ताओं ने मारपीट की। जितेंद्र वाड went there inside the theatre and also beat up. Why are you not responding? Didn't you breach the privacy of those viewers who were watching the movie? Why don't you respond?
2 states.
गुजरात के लोगों ने इतना भारी बहुमत देके इनको राज दिया, या आपके घर में मौत होने पे आपसे मिलने भी नहीं आते।
भारत के साथ जम्मू कश्मीर को जोड़ने का काम देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी का।
There's only one channel for the result live. December 8 with Arnav.
Fire broke out at the Indian Oil Depot at Patna's Sipara in Bihar in the late hours of Monday.
Bus accident over there reported in Kupwara and Jammu and Kashmir. We're learning so far at least 20 people were injured.
All right, welcome back, viewers. The first opinion poll brought to you by Republic Network in association with PMARQ gives both Himachal Pradesh and Gujarat to the BJP, with the party getting 127 to 140 seats in Gujarat, which is better than their best tally they have attained in the last 3 decades. And in Himachal Pradesh, the BJP is all set to come back to power, beating the tradition of alternating between the Congress and the BJP, and the party expected to get about 38 to 44 seats. That 37 to 45 seats, that's the number for BJP in Himachal, 127 to 140 in Gujarat. And the Congress party really not being seen, at least in Gujarat. In Himachal, is still a fight. Those are the opinion polls. First opinion poll by Republic for you.
Two states.
गुजरात के लोगों ने इतना भारी बहुमत देके इनको राज दिया, या आपके घर में मौत होने पे आपसे मिलने भी नहीं आते।
भारत के साथ जम्मू कश्मीर को जोड़ने का काम देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी का।
There's only one channel for the result live. December 8 with Arnav.
Fire broke out at the Indian Oil Depot at Patna's Sipara in Bihar in the late hours of Monday.
Bus accident over there reported in Kupwara and Jammu and Kashmir. We're learning so far at least 20 people were injured.
Kerala Union of Working Journalists is taking out a protest outside the Raj Bhavan against Governor Arif Mohammad Khan's comment of gagging 2 media groups in Kerala.
ने हाथापाई क्यों की थी बताइए ना। उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जो फिल्म देखने आया था? आपका फोटो दिख रहा है वीडियो में, आपका फोटो दिख रहा है वीडियो में, उस व्यक्ति का क्या दोष था जिसने हाथापाई की? This is the NCP worker who was there with Jitendra Wad. He is not in fact responding to the question.
250 seats.
कांग्रेस और कमीशन, कांग्रेस और भ्रष्टाचार, हम मिशन से काम करते हैं, वो कमीशन के लिए काम करते हैं।
पैसों से चुनाव नहीं जितवाएंगे आप, कि आप अपने भविष्य के आधार पर अपना वोट देंगे।
There's only one channel for the result live. December 8 with Arnav.
The stone pelting that had been done at the Vande Bharat Express, exactly at the window where Southern Owaisi had also been seated.
Jitendra Wad, yesterday he went into one of the theatres and he took law in his hand. He and his party workers beat up the viewers who were there sitting and watching the movie.
The joint exercise, that's the Garud 7 being conducted in Jodhpur.
एनसीपी के कार्यकर्ताओं ने मारपीट की। जितेंद्र वाड went there inside the theater and also beat up. Why are you not responding? Didn't you breach the privacy of those viewers who were watching the movie? Why don't you respond?
2 states.
गुजरात के लोगों ने इतना भारी बहुमत देके इनको राज दिया, या आपके घर में मौत होने पे आपसे मिलने भी नहीं आते।
भारत के साथ जम्मू कश्मीर को जोड़ने का काम देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी की।
There's only one channel for the result live. December 8 with Arnav.
Fire broke out at the Indian Oil Depot at Patna's Sipara in Bihar in the late hours of Monday.
Bus accident over there reported in Kupwara and Jammu and Kashmir. We're learning so far at least 20 people were injured.
Kerala Union of Working Journalists is taking out a protest outside the Raj Bhavan against Governor Arif Mohammad Khan's comment of gagging 2 media groups in Kerala.
हाथापाई क्यों की थी बताइए ना।